to yet another exciting episode of the Heritage Music Series here on City TV. Now, this is part of our celebration of the Heritage Month. Every year, we use the month of March, which happens to be the Independence Month for Ghana, to celebrate our culture, our heritage. What is culture without music, and what is music without, what is heritage without music? Of time, different generations, and bring you into present day music and what it has become now, as we hear it, as we like it, as we dance to it. My name is Nana Tufo Boati, and this particular episode, we're taking you on a journey of the evolution of Akan music, indigenous, original, authentic Akan music from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s, and with emphasis on this particular episode on the 2000s. You'd want to stay with us and don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll rain some fire on you and bring you the music and the beauty of it. Stay with us.
Ago.
Yes. You're welcome back, and many thanks to you for choosing us right here on City TV. This is the Heritage Music Series, and what we're serving you really is the beauty of music and how it has grown over the years. On this episode, we're taking you into the 2000s and the evolution of our indigenous Ghanaian music of Ghanaian origin, and how it has grown or has been modified over the period. As has been the case from the beginning of the season till now, I have with me Dr. Boateng, Dr. Amache Boateng. He's from the University of Ghana, the music department. He's an ethnomusicologist, of course, a choral music director, and has served as a judge on a number of choral music competitions in Ghana and beyond the shores of Ghana. Welcome, Doc.
Thank you so much.
As usual, it's always great to see you.
Yeah, same here.
I like the blue. And I see some kente there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
authentically
beautiful.
Ghanaian.
Originally Ghanaian. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. And who best fit to bring you the music as it is, without diluting the elements of music in there? The one, the only, the amazing, the evergreen, the superior in Chin Chin Bang. My people. I mean, these guys can sing, and they play, and they dance. Above all, they perform. Charlie, in Chin Chin Band, big up yourselves. All right, so in the 2000s, Doc, I mean, anyone around my age can relate to this better, because this was really our time, if you know what I'm saying. This was when, the lovers of pure high life music got a dose of something that we could also relate with, because during our period there was so much influence from the Western world. We had become used to the rap and the rap culture itself. The showbiz industry from the West had dawned on us so much, put so much weight on us, that we were leaning towards the hip hop culture more than our own high life. But then there were some artists, some acts who gave us the music as it is, music and just music, and not noise from or of any sort. Let's start off with someone like Ofori Amponsa.
Okay.
Ofori Amponsa came into the scene early 2000, just about 2002, 2003, 2004, thereabout. And I mean, it was just like out of nowhere, bang, and there's an Ofori Amponsa. And he served us. It's like he wanted to take over the ladies' man type of vibe in the music industry. Mostly love songs, right?
That's right. And he had a unique style of what I would call new high life. When you listen to Ofori Amponsa's works, you could go back to the days where guitars were playing prominent roles. So the picking of the guitar dominated in his music. You could hear this organ sound as well. And so he was in the 20s years, but you could relate his music to that of the 70s, 80s. So I think that around that time, Ghana Music Awards even had an issue awarding what is highlife music.
How to categorize it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I realized that there was highlife musician, there was hip life musician, and all those things, just to reward the efforts of people like Ofurian Ponsa, who took back the days, the musical traits of yesteryears, and brought it to the youth of that era, the 2000s. So, and then one other thing about that era's music was that there was fusion of some other African rhythms, like the Afrobeat, for instance, the soukous from Congo, and then we have some Western Western musical styles like R&B, for instance, all dominating in the music of the 20s, the 2000s, and then so Ofurian Ponsa, yes, came out with that, and as you said, he sang more about love. To address social issues, and then the ladies love that. You know, ladies love to hear sweet things, especially when it is doing their.
Okay, but I mean, one other thing that also stood out around that period was collaborations, where they had artists from different genres, and then bringing them onto the highlife scene and doing a collaboration.
Musical genres. So if there's any fusion, they look out and see who can do it better than they, or who can do it best, so that they come together and then produce this one album, making sure that each of the artists display what they are capable of doing in one particular music. So you have variety of styles coming up in a particular song.
All right, it's not everyone that wants to hear the song Utulege. I mean, for the meaning of what Utulege is. But of course, if you're a music lover, you definitely want to jam to Utulege by Ofurian Ponsa. And that's exactly what we're about to serve you now, Kanketsi, the Inchinchin Band. Can I see you guys rocking the Make It Ghana? Yeah, that's actually the theme for the Heritage Month. We see Make It Ghana, and we're looking at tourism, investment, and film. But just so you know, underneath all these is that one constant, music. And that's why we're here. Inchinchim, umami utulege. Imagine you're out there, I mean, there's a fag shed and then an announcement is made and then this one drops. Boom! What would you still be setting for?
You can't help it but to get on the dance floor.
Exactly. Yeah. But then if you listen to this, just like you mentioned earlier, the guitar was really strong in there.
Yes.
And then it has the sound of the Ejakulimo.
That's right.
And of the old times.
Yes.
What do you think Ofori was seeking to do by fusing the old with the new, and the Western instrumentations that have come?
I think that he just wanted to draw the mind of the consumers to what has already happened. Music in the 70s and even before the 70s coming down was so powerful. They had a unique style which was getting lost in the 80s. But he tried to go back to some of those elements that made highlife music very authentic. And there's one other interesting thing that happened in this song. We talked a lot about fusions and all those things. And there is an English version, or there's an English section in this particular song. So it could also have been the introduction of foreign language into a blend of local and foreign language, which of course was a trait that was very, very characteristic of, because we wrote the song from beginning to the end. But Ofori Amponsah was able to achieve what he wanted to achieve, taking our minds back to the olden days, and then still not forgetting the era that he was.
That's what interests me the most, because if we're saying this is new highlife, but he took us back to Konimo's days.
He took back and then fused it with what was in the now, because the young ones at that time wanted to hear something. And one of the reasons I think that the 70s highlife was not popular with the young ones was maybe they were fed up with it or something. So Ofori Amponsah didn't want them to forget about it. So he takes what they can relate to and puts the rhythms of the 70s on it to form something very new, and then everybody could now dance to it. When you are dancing to it, some people will be listening to the rhythm, the funky beat that rides the song. Others are also listening to the guitar riffs. As others are also listening to the message of the song, which of course you don't want us to talk about. But that is that. So his message went well with the ladies. So that's why you call him a ladies man, because he spoke their language, their hearts, what they wanted to say. Ofori Amponsah said it in the songs, and then men will hear it and then act accordingly.
It looks like when the song catches on with the ladies, the men have no choice than to also follow suit.
That's right. No option. You have to follow.
All right. Let's make progress and then move on to one gentleman I admired so much, Dasibre Dramina. Dasibre could sing. Wow, what an artist he was. I mean, very young, but then so talented, like super talented. And you see, he's the type that he had the feel of the old and the breath of the new.
Yes, just like Ofori Amponsah. So Dasibre and Ofori Amponsah had similarities. You could mistaken one for the other because of their style, their unique style. He also made use of the guitars, and then the rhythms as well. And he also imported, I think, the reggae style as well in his music.
Okay.
So whereas Oforian Ponsa did the funky, Dasibre used reggae to tell his stories. Not forgetting the old guitar styles, the organ styles. So the instrumentations were lighter with these two people, but you could still get the vibe. The kicks were hard and all those things, so that you could dance to it when you were on the dance floor.
There's this talk, more of a comparison, that Ofori was more of a Lumba type of artist, and Dasibre was more of a Kojuentry type of artist. From where you sit.
Yeah.
What do you make of this?
In terms of storyline, yes. But I think Dasibre also had hot rhythms. Maybe because he was a reggae artist, just as Kojuentry was. And then Lumba and Oforian Ponsa were these funky artists. So for that one, they can draw the lines there and say that they picked after each other. But they all told the story of love in their own way, and then they also touched the ladies especially. I'm wondering what the men were doing. We didn't have any.
It was actually the men singing for the ladies.
Oh, okay.
So our job was to sing
for them. Okay, to make their head big and all those kind of.
Well, they deserve it.
That's right.
We've always said it. They like their soft and sweet life. But why not? One of his biggest songs, Oda and Da. Let's go to Inchin Band and let's enjoy Oda and Da by Dasibre Jamina. again. NGG never disappoints. I've been doing Dasibre like Dasibre is actually here in person. Absolutely beautiful. But I mean, you can feel the reggae vibe on this one, especially with the basses.
That's right.
It's just beautiful. Yeah. Well, I really was. I know there was the Bob Marleys and all that, the culture, the Chakademas and Pliers from then. But they had so much of an influence on artists here at the time.
Yeah. You know, Bob Marley at that time, at that young age, had affected most parts of the world with his brand of music. And so definitely he would have some people in Ghana who were looking up to him in terms of musical styles and all. So Kojo Ntwi did reggae, and the one we just listened to, Dasibre, and a host of others also infused their music with the reggae beats.
Exactly.
And it carried.
I mean, we know that Bob Marley was 10, he had this much of an influence, but for people to fuse it into our own local music, that's where the beauty of it is.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do straight reggae, the one drop. They didn't do it that way. They fused it into a high life. And that's how come it's lost on most people that some of these songs are reggae songs.
Yes. And they did that purposely because of where they are coming from. They wanted to have that identity in their music. Anybody who hears reggae music knows it's from Jamaica and all kind of Caribbean. Yeah, so those cultural elements from Jamaica are there. But how do you listen to that music and know that, oh, this is from another part of the world? And so what Dasibre and the rest did was to infuse the guitar playing, this Yam Ponsan style of playing, which had been it had been with us even at the beginning of the 1800s. They inculcated that into the reggae music, so you could still feel the reggae vibe and still get something Ghanaian to lean on, aside the language that would be in Twi or something like that. There were some musical elements that defined Ghana, and this is what Dasibre Jamra did in his song.
All right. Now, another artist that localized the use of Western instrumentation and different genres to promote local Ghanaian music is Kofi B. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we begin the conversation around Kofi B, the type of music he did, some of his hit songs, and of course, what he sought to achieve with respect to message in those songs. This is the Heritage Music Series here on City TV. We've been enjoying some wonderful Sobolo and palm wine, kind courtesy Ramdes, and of course, as you can see, our sweet-scented candles, of course, from Citronella Candles. Chin Band, as always, doing the magic, working it like nobody's business, and Dr. Amachi Boate here with me to take you through the nitty-gritties of the music over all these periods of time. Stay with us. We'll be right back with some more.
Ago.
Welcome back. Many thanks to you for staying with us. This is the Heritage Music Series on City TV. On this particular one, we're looking at Akan music and its growth over the period, evolution of original Akan music, highlife the music. We've taken you through the periods or the music of Oforian Ponsa. We've done a little something from Dasibre Jamna as well. Just before the break, I did tell you about Kofi B and the type of music that he served us with. Doc, Kofi B, unique in his own way.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we can classify him as a high life artist.
That's right. So, Kofi B also came on the scene during the 2000s with his unique style. His style was also following the Ampidu kind of style, where he told stories with his lyrics. So when you listen to Kofi B, you can find a storyline that runs.
Actually, a great storyteller.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Yes. So he also, like I said, the music of the 2000s was like taking what was already there and putting it on the music of the now. So you could find a fusion. But he was also a great funky artist. So using funky beats, storytelling, the guitars and everything, creating something which was uniquely Ghanaian, and then Kofi B was loved for that person, for that particular style, because his stories he could tell stories about the society, about family, about the nation. He was not short of stories in his songs. So that was Kofi B's style for you.
Now you can tell the variations from the 70s all the way to the 2000s. And then in there you can see the test or the quest for a change in music from the typical traditional setting of music that we saw with Konimo and the likes. Then, of course, the quest to fuse in other elements into the 80s and the 90s. But the 2000s seemed to me like there was a reverse. So is it like we went and tried and we were like, okay, let's go back?
Yeah, the 2000s, like you rightly said, would be a renaissance of highlife music. But this time, it doesn't come in the same form that it was in during the 70s. It comes with, because by then people had traveled, gone and come. There have been imports of a lot of music, reggae, R&B, everything coming together. And musicians had also performed with great other musicians like Hugh Masekela and all those. They have had stints with Ghanaian musicians. So obviously the Ghanaian musicians studied something from them. And so the 2000s will be a rebirth of highlife music, but coming out in another style that is infusing music or rhythms that the young ones of that era wanted to hear, so that you don't also miss out on the elements of highlife music that was in the 70s. So it was a fusion kind of thing that the artists decided to do.
All right. Yeah. It's beautiful what they did, and one person that did it and did it so well was Kofi B. This is one of his big songs, Mobrowa, and who best to serve us than the Inchin Chin Band. Inchin Chin, which one is the Mobrowa amongst you? All right, let's enjoy some music from the Inchin Chin Band, originally performed by Kofi B. I'm talking about. I mean, there's a fusion of the old and the new, and then they serve it in a special way that you enjoy it so much. I mean, you hear that progression in there, the pum 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 banana pum 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 pum. It's just beautiful. I mean, it's so rhythmic. The melody in there, it's just sweet to listen to, and Kofi B really did it so well.
That's right. One unique thing about this music, when you listen to the intro of it, you are, for lack of a better word, deceived to think that he's going to
some slow ejaculate type of music,
then all of a sudden,
and then there's a switch.
It brings you to the modern era, which is very, very unique.
Even the message in there, the storyline itself will get you thinking, okay, we're going to some Adadimu or something.
Yes, that's exactly what Kofi B did with this song. And it succeeded so much that people loved it and were dancing to it every now and then, and they were listening to the messages every now and then. And as I said, he told good stories, so you listen to it from the beginning and you can't but listen till the end, because the story ends somewhere that would be of benefit to you.
Must have been really challenging for them, because like we did establish earlier, at this point there was so much influence from the West. There was the hip-hop culture, there was the pop culture itself. Some were even listening to hard metal music. You get it. And then back home they had hip life to contend with.
That's right.
You think, is this what influenced them to start doing the collaborations and the featurings and all?
Yes, as I said, they all had their strength. Some were strong with the hip life, they could rap and all those things, and others could just maintain the high life. And I'm sure that it was as a result of people they have studied under and all those. So they picked up some traits from their masters and wanted to do that kind of collaborations. So you look for somebody who is a great rapper or a great hip life artist, and you are a great high life artist. You do a collaboration, and what comes out now becomes hip life or something else, which
it becomes difficult to categorize once the song is released. But
that's right.
I'm sure based on the beats and the rhythm, you can define and put it in a particular space.
That's it. Because high life itself has suffered a lot of definitions, which we are all struggling to.
It's actually still a huge debate out there. I mean, and perhaps that's one of the challenges we are having in really putting it out there. But that's a conversation for another day. I mean, there are some families within the music space that have served as greats from generation to generation.
That's right.
One of such is the Akwabwas.
That's right.
Yes. So we have the Akwabwa, the master. Master Akwabwa. And then of course we have the smooth, the silky smooth Akwabwa.
Yes.
And I mean, if we go back to Master Akwabwa, I mean the dad of Gladstorm, Akwabwa, whom we enjoy today as Akwabwa. I mean, his songs, the uniqueness in them, aside from the message, the storyline, I mean, the kind of rhythms he had, they so stood out.
That's right. They stood out, and Akwabwa has been. I respect him very much because he was able to train his own to take after him, and his son is even doing much more than. I might be wrong anyway, but I think he's doing very well in the music industry. And for this particular...
But times have changed, so now there are more avenues to make it bigger and better than before.
That's right. For that one, you might say that it depends on the taste of whoever is listening to appeal to current audience. Yes, the junior Akwabwa has done very well, taking towing the same line, taking music of the old and then putting in on music of the now. And for this particular song, Arechichiri, that I think he introduces something unique. We have already heard, we've been hearing the lovers rock reggae kind of thing, but this particular song has what we call roots rock reggae.
Yeah,
so you could you could see that he has tried something different with reggae. Again, reggae had different kinds of styles. But Akwabwa introduces roots rock reggae.
Because previously, what came easily to our artists was the lavish rock. There were a few that tried the ragamuffin.
That's right.
But I mean, somewhere along the line, it faded out. So for Akwabwa to take us into roots rock reggae, that means he had taken some time to sit back and study that really, if he infuses this in our local Ghanaian music, it really was going to take him somewhere.
Yeah, and it worked very well for him. This particular song also has I was talking about middle eight in previous episodes. There is a section that he just goes off, but it's all part of the beauty of the songs. And then he does a bridge session, and then comes back to give an instrumentalist a chance to play some melodic interpolations over the already established rhythms that have been done. This is so unique. Highlife music fusing the music of yesteryears with this one, and so you could see that Akwabwa gave it more. He added a whole lot of chordal progressions and all these things to that particular music, which was unique. It made them stand out, and for him to even recognize the efforts of his dad and they featured together. It's something that I find very unique. That
wonderful collaboration.
The dad still held a hand, took him through music, and then where he is now, he's a star on his own.
Absolutely, I agree. Well, that's how we wrap up the Heritage Music series, the Akan Music Evolution of the Heritage Music series as part of our Heritage Month celebrations. Dr. Benjamin Amachi Boateng, thank you so very much. Doc is with the music department of the University of Ghana. He is an ethnomusicologist. He is a music scholar. He loves choral music and has been a judge on a number of choral music competitions. My name is Nana Tufuo Boateng. We're gonna sign off, and not without doing that song by Akwabwa Senior and Akwabwa Junior, as we have discussed here on the show. But can't see the Inchin Band. I want to say a special thank you to the Inchin Band. Special thank you to Ramdes for providing us the drinks throughout the entire series. And of course, we say special thank you to Divine Citronella for our lovely scented candles. In some of the episodes, we did hear and see Nana Nkrumah, a wonderful musician who has performed with some of your favorite artists and favorite bands. We love you and we wish you the best in the rest of the year. This has been the Heritage Music series as part of our Heritage Month celebrations. My name is Nana Tufuo Boateng, and I'm leaving you in the able hands of the Inchin Band. This one is by Akwabwa Senior and Junior, and they call this one Arechiche.
Dasu nina newo eye ankasado na bigo na eba no sen odo ukri na minye dinya etruponi na minu mwana anase minkosha konfo se wo bido wa mwana chaini wokikano na mitio Arrechichere o mi do woni se if you only power ababa we nyimmo ehina no yadi konsi onu ba na seyo se ofie isi onu hie kudia enye hwekra na mente odaseno so na mete roda siwa na safi enese ekimia afena wobo no ode fire ajiwono ya friend obaye wo sema pomo wakachonye na memba ochao enyese yetayo Arre chichiro mi do would you say if you're a Nipa? Yadi konsi ono ba na sayo Sophie Konsi ono shiye kudia Aya shukra
Ago.
Now, in 1831, the Danish governor, on behalf of the Danish government, purchased the deed for a newly established plantation in the Kuapim range north of Accra, Bikuben, the beehive.
The Heritage Month on City is on. Allow us to take you on a journey to rediscover our rich heritage and traditions through the art of storytelling on the Heritage On Air series. In this season of the Heritage On Air series, we will explore aspects of our cultural legacy that focuses on our people, food, places, and music. Join us as we delve into the narratives surrounding our various ethnic groups and historical figures of interest. We will bring you conversations dedicated to special exposés on our different indigenous meals and historical facts about the food we eat. We will also take you on a visit to historical places of significance and highlight stories linked to our colonial governance interspersed with a celebration of our Ghanaian security service. We'll walk you through the evolution with a detailed appreciation of our Ghanaian musical prowess from antiquity. Let's make a date on City TV and City FM from the 1st to the 31st of March 2023 as we bring you the stories that reflect the diversified culture of our people, food, places, and music on the Heritage On Air series. The Heritage On Air series is powered by City TV with support from City FM and is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority.
Ago.
cause she said, what's your nanny obia? If you so be power, Rabuinoa, what's in a name? The children so far, and I get you a jump away. No man, cause she said, what did you so mean as well? I'm one who never would again. Now me all that's any. Me follow me to be slow. I was young, you will be the more. And so would the section. When proud of it anymore. When you mark or can send me, it is so far when it will be slow. No, be running, warabo, be a baby, opera, and you are opera.
Ago.
Not this way, not this way, not this way. Me city, my sabo. Oh, Papa, not this way, not this way, not this way. Anyway, my sabo. Doctor sent the gem. Yet the abotre ne kunya yi. Abotra ma wa hwe oba. Oba pa na de suwa. Akono be na de suwa. Na de suwa. Na ya ti ye masemo. Eraba na de suwa. Ye na de suwa. Na de suwa. Is it masemo? Kwame, semi di nipa ni akofo teke mami kasana minyoda. Mese sa yo wa echiche, dokre. Yedu ne woso. Sa. De ton ya warese. Efise woto na ebi beto anya mfaso. Ebi su beso mu amanefi. Au. Sabre ne ni ayiri. Na wo Jesu mi e. Eti su ne serie. Eli asu se bina. Na so humi mpo no abowa. Oba pa na de soa. Eye ti masemu. Eraba na de soa. Ono be na de soa. Na de soa. Eye ti masemu. Au. Nadin sway, ada sape mo pro. Eni jam se die. Sa. Eyo bia yise mi kura meduma. Ada sape bi ni guasie. Eni asesa. That's a walk over to me one penny as ya. Emma baby Sam say, Ujam net to sing. Not one swap to my back. A rabana this way. Not this way. Not this way. Visit Masamo. I'm gonna banana this way. Not this way. Not this way. Be afraid, yeah, Masamo. Kono bana desua, na desua, visit ye masamo, yeah. Uswe na desua, visit ye masamo.
Ghana, the land of vast minerals and rich natural resources. Ghana, the country with a fine blend of heterogeneous cultural expressions worth celebrating. The month of March is the Heritage Month on City, and we will be celebrating it in grand style with the theme Make It Ghana. This is the season of all things Guinean, and City TV and City FM will be marking it with a month-long celebration of our heritage with a myriad of exciting activities just for you. We will be bringing you the Heritage Month on-air series with a focus on stories that reflect the diversified culture of our people, food, places, and music from the 1st to the 31st of March. Watch out for the Heritage Caravan Diaries and Moments as we embark on a journey full of fun, education, information, wonderful memories, and great bonding moments with the Heritage Caravan from the 4th to the 11th of March. To crown the Heritage Month celebration, we will treat ourselves to delectable, authentic Ghanaian cuisine from the northern, middle, and southern zones of the country that reflect our true cultural diversity with a Back to Your Village food bazaar from the 25th to the 26th of March 2023. Remember to make it Ghana in this season of the Heritage Month and beyond. The Heritage Month on City is powered by City TV in partnership with the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, National Film Authority, and Ghana Tourism Authority with support from City FM, and it is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority.
Is this Nanny Flo?
Yes.
What is it with pig feet?
No.
Ghana is a country that's full of historical antecedents and rich cultural heritage. What is a rich cultural heritage without soul food? And what is soul food without a touch of ethnicity? And what is ethnicity if it's not from your village? This season of all things Ghanaian is upon us, and we are here to celebrate an aspect of our Ghanaianness with the Back to Your Village Food Bazaar, happening live from the 25th to the 26th of March 2023 at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Come, let's treat ourselves to delectable, authentic Ghanaian cuisine from the northern, the middle, and the southern zones of the country that reflect our true cultural diversity. While at it, we'll be jamming to genuine Ghanaian music amidst games, competitions, storytelling, and so much more. Interested vendors of indigenous foods are invited to register. Don't let this be another missed opportunity. Call 0205-973-973 to book a stand and be part of the Back to Your Village Food Bazaar 2023. Anyamime, the country make hoto. So come, let's enjoy some good food, resounding music, heartfelt camaraderie, and remind ourselves why Ghana is still our home at the Back to Your Village Food Bazaar on the 25th and the 26th of March 2023. 2023 at the forecourt of the AMA from 8 a.m. each day. The Back to Your Village Food Bazaar is powered by City TV with support from City FM and is sponsored by Volta Ghana Limited, Malta Guinness, Africa Business Bureau, Fortune Emopa, Pan-African Savings and Loans, and Gino.
Regardless of what your point of view may be, he holds a mirror for you to see the reflection of reality.
2 young men, brilliant student, best student in his school. He says, I believe in this as my identity, my religion. You say no. You won't take him because it breaks discipline. I think we should not be at the wrong side of history.
There's passionate opinions that shape your point of view.
As for the president's credibility in terms of anti-corruption, I'm afraid to say he's in tatters.
An analytical and non-partisan
I'll give you a
point
proverb,
of view.
and I can proverb. Se kwachekwa so be mountoma, eden. TND. This year, forget it.
Dialogue that informs your socio-political point of view.
I'm young enough to wait for God's opportunity tomorrow, and I'm not in a haste.